Hello everyone, FireCrest Gaming here and welcome to a brand new series. It's that time of year, Formula 1 is back on YouTube. Admittedly, it's been back for a while, but I've had some delays. Long old story, and just so many things going on, but it's my personal stuff. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's get on with F1 2019, starting with the Formula 2 season.
In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
So with this, I was going back and forth. This is the main reason, because I had a team delay, because I wasn't quite sure what to do. I wasn't sure whether to give a subtle hint or just drop it completely. In the end, I decided to go with the Dams team, just because I like the look of their car, and let's hide things from now. You know, let's keep it a secret until the end of the video. Don't worry, I will eventually reveal. And in terms of the academy, I'm also keeping that a secret.
Dam's new driver really commanding the race here. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you.
So you'd best believe after all of that, this really does set the tone for the first Grand Prix, and I decided straight away that it's not going to be worth holding up our teammate Lucas Weber, so we let him through immediately into the first corner, and there's just no doubt that this is the right decision. He can go on and maybe even fight for a podium or even the win, and we are going to be fine here.
Lucas wants me to pass on his thanks. I know it's frustrating, but you made the right call for the team. Now we're all with you. Just bring it home as best you can.
Oh, I have more than intentions to do that, because funnily enough, after Weber got away, and he really is fast in this if you let him through immediately, so I recommend doing it, I was actually had decent pace and straight away on the back of Seta Camara and puts us up into P5 behind, I believe, Norris, I think? And whatever it is, we are now into P5 in this race with that turbo issue, still not holding us up, but that was it. That was all we had to offer in this race. We were close to Lando Norris, the current McLaren driver, but it's P5. Devon Butler will take the win in Spain with Lucas Weber right behind him, and we're going to come home in 5th. Not bad.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
So Russian Time have won it, and what a great race it was. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't preparing to happen. Let's see if they can keep it up this season.
Another race and another victory for Russian Time, as we see the drivers make their way out to the podium for the final ceremony. Superb racing out there today, and a well-deserved win.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview. Okay, we're all set over here. Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay? I think we're ready.
Great. So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? Okay, so how did you feel about being ordered to give up the position to Lucas? Great. Well, that's everything.
Hey, look. I know that wasn't easy letting me pass, but it was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
You watch this space. At the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
Okay, I'm out. You believe what you want, Devon, but it's still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself. No one else will.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact! Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
Don't give up. You're still in this race.
And you'd best believe I'm still in this race, and I'm angry, because that was unacceptable by Butler. He just completely cut across our nose, wiped down our front wing, and has ruined this race right now. He'd better get a penalty for that.
Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him.
So, with that news, I am more motivated than ever to push on, and you just maybe heard Devon comes out in P6, and we're behind one of the, I don't know what cars, Racing Point looking cars. I believe it is Gunther, and we've got straight past him, straight away into the points again after the late pit stop. And remember, we're going to have the fresh tyres in comparison to everyone else. And look who it is, it's our old friend, Seti Camara. And once again, we get past him, and that is P9. We are on a roll right now, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We've got 4 laps to go though, so there's not the longest amount to catch Devon in this race. We've got to give it all, and I can't drive these Formula 2 cars to save my life. And moving on to lap 30, the end of that lap, we're very fast now on the back of Roberto Meahy. And we're going through the final corner, looking at P8, and there it is, getting the drive out of the corner, and we get him on the run into lap 38, and we get another fastest lap. We are pushing like hell, as George Russell is stuck behind Devon Butler, and it seems that the two of them could be fighting as we run down through the second DRS zone on the back of George and on the back of Devon. Let's see what happens into the right-hander. George Russell looks like he's going on the attack of Devon Butler. We're going to take this opportunity to go around the outside of both of them. And at the same corner where we had the incident, we're around the outside of Devon Butler and into P6. And that serves him right. We're moving on to the final lap. It looks like it's going to be a nice quiet run to the finish. As we are behind, I can't quite tell who that is. Whoever it is, we've got past him. And it's going to be an extra position right before the end of the race. Lando Norris wins for Carlin. Jack Aitken is behind us, and whoever that was is now behind us, and we're going to take home What looked to be lost for a second is coming back to P5 and some well-earned points today.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
A great win then for the Carlin team today. So, Davide, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think. There will be a lot of cheering for today's winner. Frankly, I'm amazed that Devon Butler only received a penalty for that collision earlier. But watching the rival he knocked out actually come back and beat him, that made this whole race worthwhile for me.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance.
Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon? So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon? I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances? Appreciate your time.
Ah, I was looking for you. Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
My thoughts exactly. I'm taking my line and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking me. And then I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah.
Me? Fine, but winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So, on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready for the press briefing.
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. So the Yas Island circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. Joining me for one last time here this year is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm glad you're here because I think I'm going to need help processing all this. Surely, this is as exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. 2 drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings. Meaning whichever of these 2 drivers cross the line first will be crowned champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then.
Yeah, no pressure at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Here we go then. One last race. It's time for Abu Dhabi. Lights out and away we go, and down towards the first corner. Starting P8, Butler. Starting in P3. We've got a bit of work to do towards this. Down into the first corner. Almost a bit of contact. I can't quite tell. I don't know these Formula 2 drivers at all. I literally just played this to play it, to be honest, that's it. As you go through the first few section of corners, we're going to look down the inside. As Lando Norris, I believe, digging with. Then we've got Lucas Weber in front of us, getting round the outside of Norris, but no, he comes back at us. Through the chicane we go, the inside again of Lando, side by side, and again he gets the drive. I can't drive these cars. I'm really bad at it right now. So we've got to keep this going as much as we can, trying to stay on the back of Lando Norris. But we've got to look behind, as Antonio Fuoco is looking behind and looking a bit racy. So we've got to make sure we cover him off. And hopefully into the chicane, we'll get the braking on Norris as we do. Charge it down the inside, bit of a dive bomb. And we take out a bollard. And again, Lando Norris back ahead of us once more. It's a bit of a leapfrog right now. Going down through the second DRS zone, still on the first lap, and we still haven't gained a position towards the World Championship right now. We've got to clear Lando Norris as fast as possible, and maybe this chicane will finally be the one to do it. Here we go, around it, and squeeze Lando, and make sure he's not coming back, and a huge slide on the exit. Make sure you want to keep that in check. And moving on to lap 2, Lando Norris, after I get a terrible drive out of the final corner, is coming back at us into turn 1. I don't need this right now. If you had any doubt as to whether this actually had a bit of pressure, yeah, it is. You've got 6 laps to overtake Devon, and trust me, this is as tense as it can get. Whoever finishes ahead of the other is champion. So we've just got to hope for the absolute best and just keep on pushing right behind Lucas Weber and in front of Lando Norris. Because remember, this not only is going to be for this championship, but it's going to set up the future. And it's going to determine the contract we get. It's going to determine how good it is on the other side. So here we go down towards the first corner. Not the first corner. Down the main straight even. And Norris is in the slipstream once again. Lando not giving this position up. He's having a look down the inside. We're going to park it in the middle of the track. And Lando is forced to go the long way round. And I am not having any of it. Closing the door firmly on Lando. Down through the second DRS zone now. And into the chicane. We're now looking at Weber. And I don't know if we can get past him or not. He's really struggling at this point. I just don't know where we can go. Whereas Weber got a problem. I think the radio just said Weber had a problem. And yeah, he's so much slower. We're going to have to dive bomb it down the inside to clear this guy as fast as possible. No offence, but we just really need to get through. And wonderful convenience means we're now into P6 behind Sete Camara once again. As Weber falls a bit far behind now, but he's holding up Lando Norris a little bit. So that'll be handy for us to gain a bit of a gap and have just be able to focus forward as Sete Camara in 5th. And Luca Giotto, I think that was, who set the fastest lap, and we break that fastest lap immediately. We're halfway through the race. DRS has now been enabled, so the racing is about to get a bit closer, as it's just so tense right now, because I'm not quite sure if I'm going to, how much, I'm only made 2 positions per lap, so I might be able to do it, but this is going to be so close as we have a little look down the inside of Sete Camara into the chicane, not quite making it work, but into the hairpin for the first time with DRS. Here we go on the exit. This is where it's all going to make the difference. Down towards the main DRS, but he's pulled away a little bit. And then as we move on to the end of the second straight, it's just not going to happen right now, but the 4 cars ahead are really bunched up. And Sete Camara is getting very bunched up, and we're going to get ahead of Camara. Now it's just George Russell and then Butler. It's 2 more positions, and then we've got this. Can we maybe think of an audacious move down the inside of George Russell? We're not going to think about it right now. It's going to hang back. We've still got a few laps left, and we're this close right now. So there's no need to rush. There's no need to do anything stupid. And still just following George Russell through the final sector, staying very close to him, as everyone is really just bunched up at this point. It is just car by car by car. It's so close. And into the final corner, we're going to make a move down the inside of George Russell, and we're going to make it stick on the current Williams driver. Now Devon Butler is the car ahead. We're going to think about the right and sell in the dummy to the left. Brilliant move on Devon Butler, and that just seals the deal, surely. And now with 3 laps to go, it's now the fight for the podium is the fight for the championship. You couldn't write this. And on to the very same lap, Butler back on the attack, even though I had DRS of the cars ahead, who are starting to pull away a little bit. We still have to fight Butler, who is still right there. He's trying to get through. I'm going to close the door on the chicane there. Going to close the door on the chicane. I can't speak right now. I'm losing the will to speak, as Butler, surely in the second DRS zone, is also going to get close. He's got the DRS this time. We don't. And then hard on the brakes into the left-hander. He's really close, you can see by the proximity arrows, and we are just trying everything we can to stick ahead of Devon right now. It is so close. As we move on now to lap 5 of 6, and we're catching up to the top 2 once more. I'm not sure if it's doable, but Butler is very close this time, and even with the DRS, he's going to have slipstream. We're not. Here comes the number 2. Devon Butler, in the, I believe the Russian time car, is going for the left. We're going to go hard on the brakes and hopefully have him through the chicane. Yes, we do, I think. We're going to try and maybe squeeze him out of the exit. We're going side by side. And George Russell has got ahead. We have finally not only overtaken Butler and hanging out to dry, we now have a buffer in between ourselves and the our championship rival. It's looking very promising right now. It's looking very good. I'm feeling comfortable. Let's bring this home. Surely, even with the sliding going on, we can't mess this up at all. George Russell in the ART, we could even let him go, to be honest, and we'd still have the championship. We could go and chase the top 3, the top 2 even, and then that'd be it. That'd be all that was necessary, but I am feeling really good right now. That's not just happened. That has not just... George Russell is in trouble. His engine's gone up in smoke. He has held up Butler, but there goes my buffer. Butler's back in the running. Butler right on my tail, going a bit wide through the final corner, as Devon is very close now. You can't, as I say, you can't write this race. It's crazy how much has happened. Through the first corner, Devon is right on my tail again, and this surely is going to be very close to these final few corners. This final lap even. It is a full-on race to the finish now with Devon Butler. And we've just got to hope we can hold on through the chicane for the first chicane for the final time. We're quite close to the top 2, not close enough I think to get DRS, but maybe enough to hold on from Butler, but he's right there! Through the hairpin, he's got such good exit, and we haven't! We've had a slide, that's going to compromise the whole run down this straight, and we're going to try and hug the inside early and get it ready for the chicane as Butler's forced to go the long way around, but he's got the racing line, and we've got to try and attack him back now into the chicane, and we try to get down the inside. We don't quite get it, but we're side by side and get it on the exit of the DRS zones. It is so close right now as Butler just trying to follow my slipstream. Can he do anything to win the championship back? He's going round the outside. He's trying. The red arrows are up. We've got to hold our line and quite possibly give him a good old squeeze. And hopefully this time, this is it. Final sector now. There's surely no place to overtake unless you threw an overtake down the inside. There's no way that Devon could catch us now. This surely is ours to lose, and it's ours to pick up a trophy at the end of it. As we'll pick up the drivers, we'll pick up, I believe, the team trophy, and we'll pick up a nice little podium to go along with it. But around the final corner, or final few corners even, it's looking really good. Butler is nowhere near us. The arrows are going a bit clearer, but maybe this is the final corner. This is it, as long as we have a good exit. This is ours! We've done it! The Formula 2 Championship is ours! And my engineer just couldn't care less.
It's been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great sporting events, and here's another to add to that prestigious list. It's the ultimate dream for any racing driver. We have a new Formula 2 World Champion. A great win then for the Campos team today. Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything you hoped for?
Everything and more. He had it all. The rival, the tension, the excitement. These two drivers have been locked in fierce competition all season. And to see it comes down to head-to-head battle for the line like this, well, this kind of things doesn't happen very often. Devon put in a good performance throughout the championship, but today the accolade goes to his rival and the new Formula 2 champion.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner, after an incredible season. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day? Where Dams have taken the team's championship title. They are this year's Formula 2 team champions. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
First of all, congratulations. You must be thrilled. Wow, you're the driver's champion. How does it feel? So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Wow, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula 1. Appreciate your time.
Congratulations, mate. F2 champion.
Hey, congratulations. Enjoy it, 'cause it's the last time it'll ever happen.
Devon, it's okay to be upset. You came very close.
Yeah, we know things would have turned out very differently if I didn't get slapped with that ridiculous penalty.
What is it with you and complaining?
Look, somehow you managed to do a lot of things right today. That's great. You needed the win, I didn't. For me, this was always just a stepping stone to F1. Oh, you two. You got your work cut out for you now that I'm gone. See, you're gonna have to prove to everyone it was more than just luck that got you here.
Sure. Winning one race is luck. Winning the championship is talent.
Really? Next time you use that incredible talent to ram into someone and steal all their points, remember they won't be as forgiving as I am. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I gotta run. Things to sign, important paperwork and all that. I'm sure you understand. Ciao!
So, with this big win, you're going to be getting a lot of interest. All I can say is choose wisely, or else you might end up with someone like Devon as your teammate. Come on, let's go celebrate.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula 1 teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubt is over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula 1 seat.
So now it's time to reveal what I did with the Driver Academy and the team. I decided to go with the Mercedes Academy, and with it, I was going to pick the Racing Point team. Just because they have a very solid car, and pretty much, if you look at the table, they are pretty much middle as you can get, I believe, in terms of performance, but they've got very good straight line speed and some decent cornering to go along with it.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
So with the team selected, Driver Academy sorted, and everything else, it is time to end this video. So thank you all very much for watching. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be sure to pump out these videos fairly regularly. I'll do as much as I can. But thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, guys, and goodbye.